Good morning, Zio here. And today we're talking Sony. That's right. Wait, didn't we just talk Sony? Hold up. Let me look. Yep, right here. Here it is. Sony. What the heck are you doing this week? You're like twice in just a couple of days. I mean, come on, Sony. What? Anyway, you know what? Grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? So, what is Sony doing now? Apparently, they have decided to. Let's see. I want to say they didn't learn, right? Because Xbox has done this before. I'm going to try and find an article on it and put it up here so you can look at it for a second. But yeah, Xbox has done this before in the past. They said, hey, you know what would be really cool? Is if we always had DRM, like constantly running on the console to constantly connect and check that you're not doing whatever it is that you want to do or we don't want you to do and all this other stuff. And then people, was very, very upset about that, and Xbox had to walk it back. Well, apparently, I guess somebody up in Sony said, you know what, that thing that Xbox tried to do back in like 2013-ish, 2014-ish, whenever the Xbox One came out, right? What they were doing then, now's the time to go ahead and do it now. We got this now. Let's go ahead and do the thing. And that's what they're doing, or at least that's what it seems like they're doing. Now, as of recording this, a few things to put out there. The video footage that's, behind here, I don't know what it is. It's going to be something random because I don't have a game to really, show off. It's probably going to be Windrose gameplay. But aside from that, and Sony hasn't actually responded yet as of recording the audio for this. And I'm sorry if my audio sounds wonky between videos. I'm trying different ways of recording at this point because I've been so busy, but I want to do this recording thing that today I'm doing it from my phone because I've got no other time to actually sit down and do it. And then I will probably at some point edit it tonight and then finish rendering it in the morning or something, then have it uploaded for tomorrow. So as of right now, nobody else has really spoken about this outside of a few things on Twitter, I don't think. And I haven't seen Sony actually address it. So I don't know if they're just going to try and wait for it to blow over, or what their plan is, or if they plan to actually address this whole thing altogether. But anyway, so you'll own nothing and be happy. That's the thing, right? That's the thing we all need to know. The thing we got to keep in mind that they want us to do. Meanwhile, we've got movements like Stop Killing Games out there, which is out there trying their best to preserve the games that we buy and stuff like that. And this whole DRM thing, this thing with the PlayStation, the way it has been presented is really, I guess it's alarming at first. And then I started digging into it and looking into it, and it doesn't seem as bad as people are trying to make it out to be. But we'll get into it, and I will show you what I found. No, I'm not some kind of Sony pony. Don't get me wrong. I prefer, well, actually, I kind of like them all. Anyway, aside from that, I am PC Master Race all the way. But yeah, so, you know what I miss? I miss the days of going for a midnight release and getting a physical copy. I don't know why, but I've been thinking about it today of getting like Halo 3 back in the day. It is back in the day now at this point, right? We waited in line till midnight, got there at about 8 o'clock after work, didn't have school the next day. We backed my car up, we popped the trunk, we had a couple of small TVs, a couple of Xboxes, we hooked everything up, and we just played Halo from like 8 till midnight with all the people there and stuff. And then the line got really, really long. For a small town, that was a long line. From the GameStop all the way to the front of Walmart's Garden Center was quite the distance back then. But what was really great is Bungie couldn't get mad at us and come snatch our copy of Halo away. We still had it. Sure, they could have kicked us off their live service if we, said the wrong word or something. Maybe we said a word that they didn't like that's in their lexicon, so they kicked us out, or they caught us de-leveling or something when they were trying to crack down on that kind of stuff, for the people who were doing that sort of thing, which honestly, really hated when people do that stuff. It really throws off your entire game. But anyway, for the most part, Bungie couldn't come and just take your game. you had a physical copy. It was there, back Super Nintendo, GameCube, you had the little discs. Hell, even with the Wii, earlier Xbox 360, for the most part, you had the game, it was on the disc, and it wasn't until about, the 360 era that we started getting things where we had to start downloading stuff, right? And then after that, it was, well, it was terrible, right? We got day one patches. We have everybody trying to nickel and dime you here and there. And it's like, oh, hey, you want the new Mortal Kombat? Cool. Oh, by the way, if you pre-order it at this place, you get this special character. But if you pre-order it over here, you get this other special character. But if you pre-order it over here, you get this other special character. When it all should just be in the game, something that you could unlock. Because that's how it would have been back in the day. Oh, and by the way, there's also going to be a 30 gig day one patch and all that good jazz. And you were stuck with it. There's not much you could do. But anyway, aside from all of that and wasting all our time, we're going to bring up the PlayStation Online Assistant and the information that has been recently shown off. So, we've had different people talking about this. They've been talking about how this is an automated support, like an AI bot, right? While other people have been saying, no, they talk to a real person. And they've been getting conflicting answers as a result, which is why it would be really nice if, considering this has been online and known about since yesterday, it's been like a 24-hour plus cycle now. I was hoping PlayStation would have mentioned something, but let's take a look at this. Thank you for confirming, Nick. And yes, this is the last requirement for the license to update to date. Okay, so just to confirm, after March updates, I will need to active internet connection to keep my game license. This is correct. If I go offline for 30 days, I will need to reconnect to the internet to activate the game, right? So that seems to be the thing. Now, what's the main thing here? We're going to go ahead and we'll bring this up too as well. Then, the whole, can you explain to me the 30-day timer? Let me find that information for you. There's a 30-day timer you're referring to, may be related to a specific policy regarding refunds or access. See, this is where the conflicting information's coming from, right? Because you got people asking about it and they're getting this kind of stuff back. However, the information I retrieved does not specify a 30-day timer for new purchases directly. Typically, for refund eligibility, you can request a refund within 14 days of purchases. So this is a person or a bot just pushing that back. The AI stuff. And then we have another one here. So we're going to go ahead and look at this. And all we've got this, when did this start? And nothing else was added there. The requirement to log into the PlayStation Network every 30 days to verify your games was implemented as part of a system security measure in 2013. This policy helps to ensure users maintain access to their digital content and accounts. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, please let me know. So, as you can see, there's a lot of conflicting things going out there. Nobody can figure out what the heck is going on. But the most concrete thing we have right now is PlayStation has altered the deal, apparently, according to Fandom Pulse. I'll put his text up here. Any digital game purchased after PS5's March system update requires an internet connection once every 30 days to validate the license. If the PlayStation stays offline, the games will not launch until a player reconnects. And that there is the issue, right? So DRM, you've got 30 days. It starts on the March update, right? And, so that was, last month or something? Whatever month is what, because I don't know how to tell time. I have no idea what day it is, for crying out loud. But anyway, so, if you don't connect to the internet in 30 days, you lose access to your games. That's the problem. That's the issue. That's the whole issue right here. Now, for the most part, a lot of us aren't going to have any problems with that. But this is the other one that I was searching for because I saw this yesterday and I didn't save it then. I had to go finding it again, and it was really, really hard to find. because I don't know if the original tweet with it was deleted or not, but I will put it up on the screen right now, because I did finally find it. Somebody had just reposted the thing and stuff, and then I've lost that. But anyway, it says, does my game have a 30-day limit if I'm not connected online or not using online sharing? And the assistant came back and said, if you purchase the game and are not using online sharing, you will not be subject to a 30-day limit. You can access and play the games without any restrictions, even if you do not connect online. If you have any more questions or further, seek assistance, blah, 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 yada, yada. So that is a completely different story than what we were getting from the other stuff that was talking about this. Because PlayStation sharing, or console sharing, or whatever it's called, is a completely different system altogether. Now, it is part of the PlayStation. I'm going to put the thing up here because now I'm kind of intrigued by it, because I didn't even realize it was a thing until now. But according to according to PlayStation Plus benefits include online multiplayer and can be shared on PS5 through the console sharing and offline play feature, which effectively designates a console as the account's primary device. When this feature is enabled on a friend's or family member's PS5, all users on the console gain access to the account holder's PS Plus online multiplayer privileges claim monthly games. Now, if this works the way I'm thinking it does, this kind of fills that void that I was wanting, where I said PlayStation needs like a family plan. If I only have the thing, I can then, if the rest of the kids or somebody have PS5s, I can share my PS Plus benefits to them, and then I don't have to buy a separate subscription for everybody in the household in order to play it. Now, if you do have that online, that requires every 30 days for it to connect to you, okay? That one, it does require you to actually connect to the PlayStation Network to verify that you are still there, you are still getting benefits, and you are still sharing those benefits with other accounts that you have linked to it on various PlayStations, which of course give them access to your game library and your digital game library. So after March 30th, yes, if they have something that they've downloaded that came out of your library, say maybe you own Minecraft, but they didn't own Minecraft, and they downloaded it to play Minecraft on their PS5 using the sharing feature, they're going to have to log in. You're going to have to log into your PlayStation at least once every 30 days, and this way PlayStation can verify it. So I think that's where a lot of the miscommunication with a lot of this has gone on. It's not as bad as people were making it out to seem, but also we are dangerously getting closer and closer to that you will own nothing and you will be happy thing. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, and we'll figure out what we're doing tomorrow. See ya!